morning children, how are you all? I hope you all are doing great. So today students, we'll be starting with your next lesson, that is Deep Water by William Douglas, and in this lesson we'll see how the writer nearly drowned in water when he was barely of 3 to 4 years of age, and this caused him a kind of fear from water, that is he suffered from hydrophobia, and finally when he grew up he thought of his fear and then he overcame the same. Okay, so this episode is about his what caused him to fear water and how finally he overcame the same. So let us see what this episode has to offer. So as the lesson starts, we see this young William Douglas taken to a seashore by his father, and his father is trying to ask him to start to swim. Okay, we see this young William Douglas being clung, being he is not wanting to leave his father, and we see him how when he was young he was knocked by the waves, and this caused him to fear water. Okay, so the narrative starts, he coming to the water, being scared by the water waves, his father forcing him to taking to swimming, and he does not take to swimming, and finally he is knocked down by the waves all over him, and he starts to feel suffocated and frightened, and finally this leads him to hydrophobia. Okay. Yes, so he started to develop a great fear, a great aversion of water, that is a great aversion to water, and then he says that a second nightmare happened when at the age of 10 or 11 he decided to learn to swim with water wings at YMCA pool since it was safe and the end was shallow. So at the age of 10 or 11 he again took to swimming, and his father really wanted him to swim, so he went to YMCA at Yakima River with water wings and he wanted to try swimming once more. Okay, so a misadventure happened at this point. Let us see what that misadventure was. It says, while sitting alone and waiting for others to come at YMCA pool, a b-boy came and threw Douglas into deep water of the pool. So it so happened that when William Douglas wanted to try swimming, he was thrown by another boy, and he was not prepared because he did not know swimming. He was there just to learn swimming, but he was thrown into water by some another b-boy. Now this caused him even more fear. Okay, fear. One ill experience was at the age of 3 or 4. He could not swim because he was knocked down by the waves, and second was this, when he went to YMCA near Yakima River, there was a small pool. Even though it was not so deep, the end was shallow, he was thrown away into water by some other boy, and this caused him much more aversion to water than it already was. Then it already existed. Okay, then it so happened Douglas, it said, while going down he planned to make a big jump upwards, but he came up slowly and stark terror seized him. Okay, so when he was thrown, he thought probably he would lose his life and he started to drown, but he was saved by the coach there, and after that a stark fear of water seized him, grabbed him. Okay, and then he never took to swimming, or at least did not plan to take to swimming that easily. Okay, then tried to shout but could not as he went down the pool second time. Okay, so the second time he tried to shout, but of course there was too much of water around him and he was almost drowning, and he could not even shout, and he tried to jump upwards but with the waste of energy. So he wanted to come up, but it was all a waste of energy, William Douglas says. Why? Because the force of water was drowning him, was pushing him down. Okay, then terror held him deeper and deeper. During the third trial, he sucked water instead of air. Okay, so when he tried swimming for the third time, he was all captured by terror. He was all seized by terror, and instead of coming up, he was even more going down. Okay, so he never planned to swim even when he was ready to give one last shot, that is third time. Okay, clear? Then light was going out and there was no more panic, so he ceased all efforts and he became unconscious. So all he remembers at the age of 10 that he was completely blank and he did not know what exactly happened to him, and when he woke up he just found himself vomiting at the poolside because he was all sucked in by water. There was no air and only water. Okay. He crossed to oblivion when he came to life. He found himself vomiting beside the pool. He was in grip of fear of water and it deprived him of the joys of boating, swimming and fishing. Okay, so he crossed that state of limbo, that whether he had to take up the swimming or not, and he then went unconscious. As I told you, when he woke up he just was so drowned by the water that when he woke up, it so happened that he just found himself vomiting and he almost was unconscious for lot of time. Okay, he said, then he thought to himself that if he would give up to swimming, if he would give away swimming, he probably would also not enjoy boating, swimming and fishing altogether. Okay, so he said that probably he would have to give away to these things too. He hired an instructor to learn swimming. Something inside him told that he should overcome his fear and he should give a shot to one more shot, and he should also try swimming. Okay, so he should actually be trying swimming. Just because he is scared of it, he should not give away that very thing. The instructor taught him swimming piece by piece. He went to different lakes to swim and found tiny vestiges of fear still gripped him. Okay, since two misadventures had happened with him. One was when he was knocked down by waves, the second when he was pushed in water by a bee boy and he almost drowned. He thought that he thought to himself that if he would not swim, he would never be able to enjoy the joys of water like boating, canoeing, fishing, etc. So he took to an instructor, a coach, to teach him swimming, and piece by piece, bit by bit, he taught him swimming. Okay, so he was taught swimming, and then from pool he went to lakes, then lakes to rivers, and he saw that how courageous he can be. Okay, but while swimming he realized that tiny pieces of fear still seized him, still grabbed him, means he still was scared of water and there was still fear in his heart. Okay, so he was still hydrophobic. Then he challenged the fear and swam, but nonetheless he just let go. He overlooked that very part of himself and he challenged himself, and then again he took to swimming, at which he was very successful. Okay, swimming up and down the warm lake, he finally overcame his fear of water. Okay, so he then started to swim. He challenged himself, he challenged his own fear, and swimming up and down, he describes that he could finally swim and he could finally overcome his fear of water with lot of grit, with lot of courage, and finally he was a successful swimmer. Okay, he realized that in death there is peace and there is terror only in fear of death. Will to live is stronger than fear of death. Okay, so when he swam, he came across variety of realization, and he started to realize and he started to think that probably it is only in death that it is only in the thought of death that there is fear. Okay, in fact in death there is peace, he feels. Okay, so when a person dies, he is actually free from this entire world. He does not have to worry about anything. So he feels that there is some calm, some peace in death. There is only fear in the terror of death, in the fright of death. Okay, when you fear death, you start to become frightened, you start to become scared of death, and this takes away the joy from you. Okay, but death instead is a more peaceful thing, he starts to realize, and he feels that will to live is stronger than the fear of death. Okay, so your your willpower to live. Okay, how much do you want to live is more stronger than the fear of dying. Okay, so this is the realization he comes to, and he also overcomes his hydrophobia, fear of water, again at the same time learning to swim, and he becomes a master swimmer. Okay, so this was the entire core and crux of deep water. There comes with some kind of, this is a motivational lesson, and it comes with some kind of message and philosophy along with it. So this was it, and this was a kind of anecdote by William Douglas, what he records of his life and then jots down on paper. Okay, I'll be sharing with you the notes and the question answers in Naresh sir's classes. Till then, take care.